Alright, I'm going to create a new 3D project. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, export out our geometry as FBX, and get it into Unity, and then also get our textures in there. So File, send to Unity, Selection, and then I'm going to look for my Unity project. EVN, Assets. I'm going to create a new folder for my FBXs. And I'm going to name this Wall Floor Section. Now, when I export it out, all this stuff should relatively reset. So I'm going to leave it as is. Export selection. Now, I'm going to go to my environmental assets where I have my textures. And my textures that I've created for these two, we're going to take. Now, well, we'll go through that and we'll explain why it's not going to work. And then in the assets folder, we're going to create a new folder and name it textures. And wait for it to process our assets. And this is my wall floor section. I'm just going to drop it in here. And there we go. Right now it's showing our diffuse and not too much else. So we have our diffuse, and we don't have a normal map. We have a bump map, but we can tell it to use it as such. So we'll go here, load in my bump. It's going to say this texture is not marked as a normal map. We fix now. And while it's not going to give us the same quality, it'll give us something of a close approximation. Now, we do have another issue. We can't just use our spec. If we go switch this to standard specular setup for our shader, if I plug in my spec, surprisingly it worked well. I am shocked. However, it's very, very, very metallic and shiny. So we'll put that in there. And from here, if I want to switch my tiling, because it approximated my shader to a Unity shader, all I gotta do is for my shader as a whole, and that's the way that works. I don't have a separate 2D place texture node for each individual object. And then we can play around with this. And we have our tiling. So let's say we because we have two of them. So if I have this here and I tile it both, they're going to be pretty much the same tile over and over again, which is good. We can play around with the offset, but for me to do that, then I need another material to do that with. I could take this one, duplicate that, and drop that on there. And then affect its offset like 15 by 15 so that it's not as uniform along each two. Now if I want to snap this to each other, I hit the V key and snap. And there you go. Now I'm just going to save my scene. Hit save. We'll create a new folder called scenes. And I'm going to name this one just to set it up. And that's all.